you're familiar with me, or even if you're not, you may be wondering why my office space is so small. Well, it's because me, my wife, and my wife's boyfriend all came to the mutual decision that I should move into a smaller room, seeing as he needs a larger space to put all of his weights, and my old office was obviously big enough to hold that. As of right now, he's keeping hold of my television because he needs it for his tapes, but at least he let me keep my video game consoles. I mean, we mutually agreed that I got to keep them. But speaking of gamers, let's talk about gaming in the more analog sense. And more specific than that, let's talk about card games. Now, I didn't play many board games growing up. Occasionally, I would hustle the elderly home in a game of craps and get them to put their homes in my name, but other than that, I kind of just avoided it. And in a way, I'm kind of glad that I did, because unlike my victimless crime of scamming the elderly, if you steal from Magic the Gathering, or more specifically the parent company Wizard of the Coast, they will send the literal goddamn Pinkertons after you.
God damn it, Arthur! Could you please try to keep it down?
Oh, Dutch, I'm trying to sneak. But I'm dummy thick and the clap from my ass cheeks keeps alerting the Pinkertons.
Yeah, surprised me too to find out that the Pinkerton Detective Agency is still in active form to this very day. For you lucky few who didn't have to play Red Dead Redemption 2. Overrated. Boring game. Good story though. The Pinkerton Detective Agency is basically a privately owned police force. Established in 1850, they've been hiring out their services to the rich and powerful for nearly 100 years now. Much like the regular police. Oh, Dino's political corner. Oh. Yeah, and while we're at it, universal healthcare should be free. Yeah. And higher education too. Yeah. And white people should be allowed to say the N-word. We came up with it. What? I got all this space to say racial slurs in, and I'm going to use it. Magic the Gathering publisher Wizards of the Coast sent the Pinkertons after a leaker. YouTuber Old School MTG, this lovely and adorable man right here.
See if we actually come across one of the cool dice. That will be fun.
Who in my eyes is only guilty of not being my boyfriend with those meaty damn hands and that savory voice, made a little bit of an oopsie that wasn't even his oopsie to begin with. I'll read you the article to explain better than I ever could. When a highly anticipated set of Magic the Gathering cards leaked on YouTube last week, it's hard to imagine anyone would have guessed the incident would end with the involvement of one of the most infamous private security firms in the world. Old School MTG uploaded an unboxing video featuring a collection of March of the Machine, the Aftermath booster packs. I can literally feel through the ghost force drying up hearing those words. Don't worry ladies, I'm coming! And so will you. Not from me. But I'll make a good effort for the guy after. Anyways, this expansion pack of the card game was only meant to release on May 12th. So Hasbro, the maker of the game, was more than a little bit confused how this random, not to be rude, small YouTuber managed to get his fingers on their much desired product. And of course, their first assumption is theft, whereas Old School's first assumption was fear and terror, and probably a little bit of confusion.
Dogs start barking because somebody's knocking at the door. I come out and my wife's answering the door, and it was the Pinkertons. They come knocking on the door to recover the stolen product from Wizards of the Coast, which was the March of the Machine Aftermath stuff. It wasn't stolen product, just to clear the record. As far as I know, nothing was stolen. What I believe happened was the names are too similar. March of the Machine Aftermath, and somebody screwed up and sent out the wrong cases to the gentleman that I bought the boxes off of.
The Pinkertons then seized the alleged stolen product on Hasbro's behalf and notified him that he should probably contact the company directly. Thankfully for his sake, and not so much for his wife's sake, who allegedly bawled out crying as she was terrified of the strange men showing up at their doors with guns, the representative of Wizards of the Coast fully apologized and even offered to send him free packages as compensation for his loss. I'm assuming worth a lot more than what he actually paid for the unreleased pack, because if I was Hasbro, I'd be shitting my britches over a lawsuit. In fact, as horrible as it sounds, this is kind of a good thing for Old School. And if it was me in those shoes personally, I'd be very, very quick to sue. In fact, I'd play it up to make it seem even worse. Oh, Your Honor, it was just so terrible. I'd bring in a kid that's not even mine. They traumatized my baby! baby! It won't stop crying because of it! Like, think of it this way. This is just ye old swatting. I mean, the potential money my man can earn off that is vast and unlimited. This private company hired a private company to stalk and harass me. I did nothing wrong. I know it sounds like I'm being sarcastic, but he genuinely did nothing wrong. And to complement that, this whole ordeal gave my man a massive subscriber boost. Yeah, it turns out when you review unreleased products in a particular niche that only a select few people in society care about, they tend to appreciate the fact that you're showing something that's not even out yet. And because it wasn't even out, your channel got news circulated by all the typical gamers, by all the typical commentary channels, and unfortunately all the typical journalists like Kotaku. In fairness, you should probably be thanking that man for making you an alleged criminal. Not that you really had a choice. Just like you don't have a choice, you have to subscribe. Sorry for a bit of a short video. I'm still trying to get my bearings with the change in environment and negotiations to get my stuff back on exactly going in my favor. I don't know why we all agreed in the throuple that 2 of the thirds get the majority vote. My wife never agrees with me, so hopefully I'll be more back in the grind set soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all. See you later. Bye bye.